Well, we have the first contest of one sort or another in the presidential nomination process for both parties. And we have caucuses, unlike a primary type system, so it's a little bit different. It causes a little bit different approach for both the candidates and the people that participate. But it's important in the sense that it is that first contest. It gets a lot of media attention, but it's not determinative in terms of who wins the nomination. Basically what the job of the Iowa caucuses is to winnow the field, make it a little bit smaller, basically to separate the contenders from the pretenders, the strong candidates from the ones that maybe really aren't or shouldn't be in the race. In a primary, basically you have the opportunity usually to do some type of early voting or absentee voting, whatever it happens to be, if you don't happen to be at home or available on election day. Plus on election day, usually the polls are open from maybe 7 or 8 in the morning until 7 or 8 at night, so you can just drop in for a few minutes. And usually it's a few minutes, as long as there isn't a line at some busy time, you can be in and out in 10, 15 minutes. With a caucus, though, a caucus is run by the party, not by the state. It involves a lot of party activity as well. But it does mean that you have to be at a particular place at a particular time. In our case, it's going to be 7 p.m. on Monday, February 1st. And so everybody needs to be at that same location at that same time because they're participating in effectively a community event. They're getting together, they're going to talk about the candidates, and then for the Republicans, you just cast a ballot and vote. For the Democrats, it's a little more involved. You kind of get up and walk around the room, and you may have to negotiate a little bit and try to encourage people to come over to your side of the room and your candidate and so forth. But all that takes maybe an hour or so. Then you go on to party business. So you're electing delegates to conventions, delegates to the, or not delegates, but central committee members to the county parties and some other platform sorts of issues and other things that are going on. So it's a much longer process. Even if you just stay for the presidential poll, it's going to take you maybe an hour or so. And like I said, everybody has to be at a particular place and time. And sometimes that can be a problem for people, which is why the turnout is often a little bit lower for a caucus than it would be for a primary. We have a unique opportunity here in Iowa that, unlike most other states, New Hampshire is sort of in the same position we are, where it's the first primary state, so it gets a lot of attention too. But we're in a unique position where we get to see the candidates a lot more than a lot of other people do, and up close and personal, in the sense that they're here, they're at town hall meetings usually, that they're going around to a variety of venues. Maybe later in the campaign that's a bigger event, especially depending on the candidate. So like somebody like Trump, who was here recently, that has a big event. And so it's not that personal one-to-one, but a lot of candidates, you have that opportunity to ask them a direct question, somebody that's potentially going to be the President of the United States, and you as an individual citizen have that opportunity. And it's a responsibility that we have here in Iowa, and a lot of people don't like the Iowa caucuses. They don't understand why a small state like Iowa gets to go first, and so we have to show that we take that responsibility, we take that honor very seriously by participating and letting people know that we're out at those campaign events, but also on caucus night, that we go out and say, okay, now we've made our decision, here's who we like in this race for whatever party you happen to be caucusing for.